French teacher at the high school, and you'll hear from Rita Martin here in a few minutes. Since foreign language is something in high school that for most of you is new, new opportunity, a lot of times you get questions, so we thought we'd just kind of come and tell you a little bit about each of our programs. I believe your session meeting is on Thursday this week. You'll hear all the specifics about what kind of requirements there are for foreign language at that thing. But for today, I'll just kind of talk to you about French since we only have a little bit. So, a couple things about myself. As I said, my name's Madame Padilla. I did graduate from Urbana High School, the exact city as Twin. After that, I went to Ohio Wesleyan University, which is just about an hour from here, and I studied, of course, French as well as psychology and art. And obviously, I had a great love for French language and culture, but it was after college that I went to France and I decided I wanted to become a teacher. I went there for a year to teach English to French students in a French high school, and just fell in love with teaching foreign language. So that's something that I decided that I wanted to do, just to give you an idea a little bit about who I am. After that, then I came back and got my master's at Eastern Washington University, as well as the University of the South Brand, which is what you see pictured there. And then I've been teaching in Ohio for 11 years. The last 4 years have been at Urbana High School. And I also taught, of course, English and French for 2 different years. A question that I get a lot of times is, what to expect if you're new to foreign language. What should I expect in the first level of course? And it seems obvious to me, but it might not be obvious to you because when you learn English, you really didn't think about it. You learned it as a child and it just kind of came naturally. But we're learning on the skills of comprehension, which would be listening. When I speak French, you can understand it. And when you read it, you can understand it. And then, of course, production as well. So working on writing and speaking. In class, we tend to do a lot of that. The level 1 course is pretty heavy on vocabulary. And, of course, it covers the basics, like colors, numbers, that sort of thing. And then, basically, what you would need to know to talk about your daily life. We talk about school, a lot of all vocabulary associated with school, how to describe yourself, talk about friends, talk about families, food, clothing, sports, activities. Basically, all the kind of vocabulary that you would use in your daily life is what you cover in a level 1 course. When I ask the students, what do you like best about French, of course, it's not a shock that a lot of students say, the French trip. They get very excited about the French trip that we do. So if you aren't already aware, we do travel to France every 2 years. The students vote. Sometimes we spend the entire 9-10 days in Paris. Sometimes we travel to Paris, but then also travel through other parts of the country. That's what we did on the 2012 trip. We spent some time in Paris, but we also went to the Loire Valley Castle region of France, and then up to the Normandy region, if you've ever heard of the innovation history class, took place in Normandy. So that's something that, of course, a lot of students look forward to. I don't take students, we are traveling next year, but I don't take level 1 students. That gives you more time to learn language, culture, but also to plan financially and to fundraise of the class. That's something that I should probably need to plan for over several years. So as 8th graders, you would be eligible to go on the trip during your junior. Another highlight of the French program at UJHS is our French club. We meet and do different cultural, a lot of times food activities. To give you an idea, we have a French breakfast, which is a little bit different, not as shockingly different than American breakfast. We did a cheese tasting, and we've Skyped a couple of times. I have a student who would be a senior at Urbana High School, but opted to do his senior year this year in France. So that's been really cool. We've Skyped with him just to kind of hear about how that's going for him, what's really easy, what's really hard, what French kids are really like. I've told him about my experience teaching in France, but he's actually there as a student, one of their peers, and so you can ask him all kinds of questions about that. We do a lot of different food activities as well. We create every year, just different language and culture activities. Another thing that's kind of unique about the French program is that we do have Penpals. We have them less so in level 1, just based on the level of language. And then also, I don't have a good connection with that teacher. Their Penpals are in the city of Marseille, which is in the south of France, and I never actually met her. Versus in French 2 through 5, we correspond in much more detail and more often with the school in the north of France. And that's the school that I actually work at. So I have a much better connection with that teacher, and we do a lot more of the programs. A couple facts about French as well as a language. It is considered to be a very world language. It has about 2 million speakers all over the world on 5 different continents. And it's the most frequently taught foreign language in the world after English. You may or may not already know that it's an official language for several international organizations, like the United Nations and the Olympic Games. And it's definitely considered to be a language of culture. It'll take you far in the fields of cooking, fashion, arts, literature, film, that sort of thing. It's a very cultural language. And finally, I just want to make sure that you would have a chance, if you had any questions, to ask those to me. Is there anything that you're wondering about that? Yes. Mm-hmm. Was he in French 1 or did he? No, he took it his freshman year. Yeah, he took French 1, 2, and 3 with me, and then when he would have been in French 4 this year, he was in French this year. So to only have 3 years and live abroad is amazing and very successful. So, does anyone else have a team?